up, guys? This is day 8 and 9 of my Japan trip. This is when I went to Osaka. It was a pretty fun 2 day trip to Osaka. So I left my house in Kyoto and I only caught a basic train to get to Osaka. It only took, I think, about an hour and a bit to get there because Osaka and Kyoto are pretty close. And same day, I got off the train at a stop, walked about 10 minutes, and got to my Airbnb house. It was a share house, so there was about up to 12 other travelers there in one house. It was a bit cramped, but it was a great way of meeting a lot of other travelers. So the same day, I got to go to the Osaka Castle. Found out it was probably about half an hour train ride away by train, but I ended up finding out that there was a bike that came with the apartment, about four bikes actually. So I took the bike and had a nice city ride all the way to Osaka Castle. It was only about a 10-15 minute ride from there, and the city's beautiful by a bicycle. Osaka Castle is really big. There was a lot of cherry blossoms in the area. A lot of tourists came out as well, but it was really worth it. It's pretty much a museum on the inside, but on the outside they kept the old ancient look to it. For the rest of that day, I just chilled and went bicycling around the city. And then when I went back to my place, I ended up finding out that some of the friends I made in Kyoto were actually in Osaka. And so I got to meet up with them in the evening and went to Dotonbori, which is a pretty lit up, happening area of Osaka. Lots of stores, lots of shopping, and it's pretty much the part of town that doesn't sleep. There's always something going on in Dotonbori, even at night. The next day I went to Tadaji Temple, which is a pretty big temple with a very huge Buddha statue in it. And right next door to the temple, there's a big deer park. It was beautiful because there was a lot of deer and a lot of cherry blossom trees that were just, dropping their petals as the deer walked by. It was really nice. There was a school of kids there that were just chasing the deer everywhere, so it was absolutely hilarious. But it was really fun just going there and seeing it for what it was. Once I actually finished up there, my day was pretty much done, and so I went back home and found a nice restaurant that served okonomiyaki, authentic okonomiyaki, and all the different types like Hiroshima okonomiyaki and things like that. Um, it was a Japanese only restaurant, so the owners didn't speak hardly any English. And pretty funny, the chef that was sitting in front of me to prepare it, she started engaging me in Japanese, and I engaged her a bit. I told her I didn't speak much Japanese. She understood. But then she kept talking to me in Japanese until I eventually just stopped talking and just started nodding. I think she got the hint then. But it was a pretty great experience. The okonomiyaki was the best okonomiyaki I've had on the trip, and it really was amazing just having authentic Osaka okonomiyaki. So I definitely miss okonomiyaki. I wish I could have more of it back home, but I guess I'll have to make some either here or wait until I go back to Japan to have some more again. So that was pretty much a sum up of what I did in Osaka, and now you're going to see some videos and pictures that actually show places I went.
The smartest men, they built a rocket, aimed it at a target far, far, far away. But by the time they knew they lost it, it was a long way, was a long way, was a long way. We're a long way, we're a